So this is something I've never seen anyone do before. People have made tier lists for this game and the tracks for just like online play, also just in general, like how they enjoy the track, what it looks like, how it plays. But today I'm going to be ranking them on a tier list on Tier Maker, A through F. We don't need E because there are only 32 tracks. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that from a time trial perspective. So let's start. LC. Um, yeah, yeah. LC is LC. If you're playing it for a 109, it's pretty fun because there's a lot of room for error. Laps are very consistent. You don't need to get, it's called the bounce cut. It's what you do on the shroom. And you don't need to get that at all to get a 109. You don't even need it to get a point 0.3 or a point 0.2. So up until it becomes very lucky, it's very fun. But once you get to the point where you start to need all the chains, as many chains as possible, and you're going to have to start really drilling those shrooms, I'd say for the time trialing experience, LC is just probably in the middle, if I had to guess. Maybe I'd say it's a B tier actually. Maybe I'm a little bit biased to move it down because I've been playing this crap for 3 months, but I'd say LC is a solid B tier for most people. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is an abomination of a track to time trial. Yeah, just drop that automatically here. Okay, no, so I'm actually going to argue against putting in F tier. So, Moo Moo Meadows is really annoying to learn, but the case that I have against it is that once you get into the groove of Moo Moo Meadows, it's pretty fun. That's what I'll say. I'll say it's pretty fun. It's a horrible track, don't get me wrong. And there are multiple pace locks that you have to deal with honestly, all throughout, up until you're at high 115 level, there are no pace locks, low 116. So, where does this go? This could either go here, or it could put it somewhere in the middle. I'm leaning more towards D tier just because, yeah, it's a bad time trial, don't play it. There's a reason why only like 40 people have a 115, but probably over 200 have splits for it. Alright, Gorge. Gorge is great, dude. Gorge is so much fun. And in general, if you're going to pick up the game, and if you're going to learn a specific time trial, this is the time trial for you. Gorge is it's so simple, yet it's like so interesting at the same time. And there are like a lot of strats you can go for. It's consistent. The only thing that's bad is like the tight gap at the end. However, for the average time trialing experience, even at high level, this is a pretty solid time trial. Like I would not be upset playing this for a few weeks. No complaints. Oh boy. Automatic S tier. Toad's Factory. This has got to be one of the top 3 time trials in the entire game. All of these are for no glitch, by the way. We're not doing any glitch rankings. Yeah, Toad's Factory is just pretty much the best time trial in the game. Like if you were let's just say someone who's never played the game before, never heard of anything, and you say, hey, what's a time trial in Mario Kart Wii? I'd show them a Toad's Factory run. Toad's Factory has 2 important chains, and then you have 2 like obsolete chains. But besides the point, it has the right amount of driving, the right amount of tech, the right amount of chains. It's not too reliant on any of those 3, and it's very unique. There aren't many time trials where you have to do TF inputs or low jumps with double hops, and it's very consistent and it's very competitive, which is what makes it one of the best time trials in the game, because it's kind of a staple in anyone's timesheet. If you go to their timesheet, one thing that might stand out and that you'd look for is what do they have on TF? So TF is just automatic S tier. I'm sorry, you can't convince me otherwise. It's an S tier time trial. Okay, this if you're doing the ramp, it's here. So we'll leave it here for now. But if you're gonna do rampless, rampless is a lot of fun on Mario Circuit. It's pretty consistent. Besides the triple shroom, I mean, you can do 1-1-1, but we're talking time trials here, so I'm assuming most of you will be going for, let's say, like a 121 or something rampless. So if you're going for a time around that level, and if you're doing a rampless, this can be a pretty fun time trial. I'd say it's on par with LC. I'd rather, if it was between MC Rampless and LC, 100% MC. But if you incorporate the ramp, then it kind of drags it down a little bit. However, if we're just talking for an overall time trialing experience, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't put it here. It's a lot of fun. You can really get into it when you're playing it. And it's not too chain reliant, it's not too tech heavy. There isn't tech at all, in fact. There's very little. The MTs are pretty generous, unlike with LC, where everything is really precise. With MC, there's a lot more leniency. The chains don't really matter as much. And there's just more interesting things going on. So for that reason, we're going to put above LC in B2. Coconut Mall. Wow, this is a great time trial. This is just fabulous. This might be also another S tier. It's Coconut Mall is just, there's so much going on. Each turn has something going on. Like you got a low trick on the first straight. You have a banister. You have to maneuver around her. You have the infies if you want to go for them or not. You got spirals, upwards and downward spirals. You've got more plant tricks. You got a low jump. You got soft drifts all around. You got very precise boost panel spin drifting. This is a great time trial. It's so consistent as well. I know I said that for a few of these, like TF, MG, MC, but this is very consistent. And yeah, there's a reason why in online time trials a lot of people can bust out like 157s, 156s. So for that reason, and there's also only two chains that are important here, and they're not that important. I spoke to Breakson in his Twitch chat maybe a month or two ago, and he said he can world record without any of the chains. You can get double drops and still record. So I'd say for that reason, the chains don't really matter. Of course, they help, but overall, man, this is just a great experience to play. Like once you get everything down, oh boy, I could go on. We could play this for weeks at a time. No complaints at all. It's going to go behind TF in S tier, 100%. Oh, Summit. Summit's great. Just like all of these that I put up here, starting off strong, I guess, with the nitros. Maybe I got something for them, but Summit Old Shortcut is, it's got there's a case to be made that it's up here. Why is it not letting me drag it in front? Okay, you have to hold it in the middle. So there's a case for Old Shortcut that it's up here. However, if we're doing the Jimmy crap, like all that spin drifting stuff, yeah, it quickly becomes, yeah, I'd say somewhere down here is fair. But if we're going to talk for the average time trialing experience, and granted, you don't even need a Jimmy to get a 148 at all. 100% not. So, I'd say it's not S tier. I'd say it's better than Gorge. I wouldn't put S tier just because there's more QM involved compared to CM and TF. But that's kind of fun at the same time because it's also pretty controlled and it's highly tech. Yeah, lots of opportunity for time save. But at the same time, that comes with, if it's more tech heavy, as a lot of QM factors everywhere, that does give the occasional, yeah, fail on lap 3 where you wouldn't usually fail. So I'm going to put it above Gorge in A tier. Get a quick water break. Okay. This is really funny because for the past like 4 or 5 nitros that are somewhat tech, I've put them up really high, and this is no exception, dude. Goldmine is beautiful. Goldmine's an amazing time trial. If like the detach makes it so interesting. There's just something going on every turn. It's consistent like TF, and the fact that, and it's also competitive as well. Like the skill ceiling to enter Goldmine is pretty low, I'd say, compared to something like Summit or Stadium. But Goldmine is just great overall. There's nothing that's gonna like make you rage because everything's controllable on Goldmine. There's no Jimmy cut or any of that like insane shroomless luck on TF or banister luck on CM. Goldmine is just ultra consistent. There are pretty fun strats. The strats are amazing to learn. Goldmine, but the only drawback is playing it at 150 level or beyond, I'd say. And that's not incorporating the strategies. So let's say from like 151.0 to 150.6 without any strats, or just like the detach and whatever. 3 for 3 turn skip, 3 for 3 detach. That is, it's pretty rough spot to be at. So for that reason, I might just put it. Is it better than Summit though? That's the question. Is it better than Summit? I'd say Summit's better, but I'd say Gold Mine is better than Gorge. So we might just put it here in A tier. I'd say that's fair. I mean, if you're doing the turn skip stuff at the beginning, then it's not fun. But overall, man, Gold Mine's a solid time trial. Highly suggest picking it up if you got nothing to do. All right, Daisy Circuit. All right, where does Daisy Circuit go? This is an interesting one. And we're gonna say Mark back here, so no Bowser back players. Just click off the video right now if you play Bowser bike. Daisy Circuit is definitely below C tier, like the highest I could possibly. It's honestly it's on par with Moo Moo Meadows, but the question is it better or worse? So you don't need dives to get a low 129 at all. Like any 129 for that matter. You don't need dives. But that doesn't take away from the last stair, the cones. Hell no. No, this is an F tier. Yeah. No, just not yeah, Daisy Circuit, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of you would agree with me. F tier. Alright. Hoover Cape. So this is an interesting one, and I say that about all of them, but the reason this is interesting is because there's tech, there's QM, but it's fun at the same time. And it's not like too heartbreaking, I guess, if you fail. It's controllable for the most part. You don't even need the strats to get a pretty solid time. I'm not sure about KC. I would say either top of. I'd say no. I'll put it C tier. Just put it in the middle. It's definitely not as good as these two. Yeah, this is fair. C tier. Maple. Maple's kind of similar to KC because you have the QM stuff. I mean, you have the bounces, the shroom, the net. I mean, the net isn't QM, but just all around the U-turn as well, the jack strat, all of it. But it's also fun. It's better than KC. That's I can say with confidence. I'd rank it higher than KC for time trialing at least. If we're incorporating turn skips, then yeah, let's just not go there. Let's just the track to time trial. It might be bottom of B. No, I reckon top of C. Top of C is pretty fair. It's better than KC because KC is just like this has QM, yeah, sure, but this QM you can't do anything about it. Like if you fail the shroomless, 9 times out of 10, it's not your fault. That's a lie. No, if you do everything right and then you fail it, then it's most likely not your fault. But I'd say C tier is pretty fair for Maple. Some might argue it's B, but I'd say C is pretty safe. Just put it in like towards the middle. Grumble. Grumble's bouncy as hell. Grumble has these orange ramps that are really annoying to get low tricks off. It has the most irritating shroom spot out of a lot of them, like probably top 5 most irritating shroom spots. And the thing is, with the different strats you do, even if you're going for the Tash shroom or the regular shroom, it's still bad. You're not really cutting yourself slack with the trauma you're going to be causing yourself by playing this. So for that reason, it's kind of in the same boat as all these three, but I'd say it's slightly better just because there isn't as much of it. I mean, there are random bounces. There is, yeah, getting a side trick, you just have to reset the shroom. I might sandwich it in between them. Is C2 really where Grumble belongs? Because, yeah, it is. Yeah, I'd say middle of C2 is fair in between these two. Okay. Alright, this is going to differ a lot depending on what level you're at. If you're going for like a 151 or a 150, 149, this can be really fun to play because laps don't really matter. Like, if you just drive 3 laps that don't mess up anything big, then it's going to be like 148, 149. But if you start to get into that 147 range, it looks like hell. And as someone who, I mean, I didn't play, this is like literally my worst ranked time. And I had a pace that was like 148.0, 147.7 in between there with a good lap 3. And doing those strats, just getting something to lap 3 is just absolute. It's like a battle. Like, it's like the time trial is getting to lap 3, and then you have to drive another just lap with no mistakes on top of it. Just pray for good QM all around. So it is fun though. Like, but is it like it's very tech heavy? There's a fair amount of QM factors with like wall glitch and stuff, trying to get the slip on wall glitch, but the Shroomless isn't QM to my knowledge. But that's just, yeah, but that's talking like low 147, mid 147 level, high even, just ending 147. There's just a lot of bounces. It's the only bad thing about it. I'd put it C tier, but where does it go in C tier? What would I rather play out of these 3? I don't want a TT Cooper Cape, so we'll put it above KC. Is it better than GV though? I'd say it is, just because GV has the stupid orange ramps in the shroom. I reckon here's fine, just in between Maple and Grumble. It might even be better than Maple, but I'd say C tier is fine, just because it's so hard to close out a run on DDR. Alright, next up, Moonview. This is a great time trial. Sure, there are chains, like you have to chain, if you're doing the water stream, so you have to chain lap 1, lap 3. But it's fun, dude. This is a great track. I really enjoy this time trial, especially when playing it. Just no actually, I had a few complaints, but it's just a great time trial. It's not really much to say, is there? It's just who can get the chains the best, who can drive the best. It's a very precise track as well. A lot of the movements you're going to be doing, like the plant tricks, the turns after that, the bridge alignment for lap 3, all of it is really, it really challenges you. And I really like that about Moonview. And especially the slip that a lot of people struggle with on lap 1, and the drift storage as well. Just all that makes it a really interesting time trial. I'd say this is an A tier time trial, 100%. Is it better than Gorge though? Is it better than Gorge? Maybe bottom of A tier, just because the chains are a little bit, like the track can be a little bit chain reliant. If you get someone who drives like dog water but then gets every chain, they're just going to get a mid 143 pretty easily, compared to someone who's just driving really solid but gets like a half and 2 good drops or something like that. So Moonview, yeah, bottom of A is very fair, I'd say. Some of you might disagree, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's my opinion, and my opinion's the only opinion that matters. So yeah, and if you disagree with that statement, leave the video. BCB, where does BCB go? This is a great time trial if you're playing it without the DK ramp and without the fucking 3 bullshit where you have to do all that stuff. Anything that's insanely tech where you have to do it 3 laps in a row, just nah. Just but anything up to the mid 221 level, this is anything up to 221 level is really fun. Then you can make a case for it being an A tier, like top of A tier time trial. But since there's the factors with all of the faster strategies, it might actually deserve a spot at A tier. You know, second thought, I'm going to put Moonview above Gorge. Is BCB better than Gorge though? I'd say BC3 is definitely A tier. Maybe top of B, but that's if you're doing DK, which is just not really necessary. Where does it go? I reckon it goes above Gorge, but behind Moonview. No, yeah. I reckon this is good. Putting it behind Goldmine, but above Moonview. Filling up the A and C tier quite a fair amount, but that's fine. Alright, Rainbow Road. I kind of want to duplicate that image and put one for bike and one for kart, but we're going to be using the faster of the two vehicles, so kart. If you're playing this, you know what? No, I'll do an average of both. So if you're playing this on bike, dude, this isn't. I don't know how you bike players do this. This is an F tier time trial on bike for me. Just never been interested in it. Never learned it on bike. Just learned the kart for total time and that. So can't really see putting it above D tier if it's bike. But for kart, dude, kart is so much fun. It's fun, but it's not really forgiving because the jack strat is really not inconsistent. But if you're not experienced and you haven't put tens of hours into the track, then it can be a little challenging. And also getting time save, trying to figure out where you're losing time on this track it's pretty challenging to play without path switch and get like a 227. So I'd say the kart, for karts, I'd put it as a top of B tier time trial, but we also have to remember that there are bikes. Bike is viable. And for that, I see the case for putting it top of C tier. Is it better? No, it's worse than Maple if it's bikes and karts combined. I just don't like kart. I don't like bike. Just stay away from that. Maybe in the middle of DDR and GV. It's kind of DDR in the sense that there's QM factor on pretty much every turn. Not significant, but enough to make people rage. So I'd say I don't really like this tier, this C tier. So like any of these could, like, you could put this in first. Maybe I'll come back to this. I'm gonna put it here for now. Put it at the end and come back to it. Alright, Peach Beach. Peach Beach is a really fun time trial. It's very simple. It's easy to pick up. The chains aren't difficult by any means. There are a lot of visual cues for them. And the chains, for that matter, aren't even important. It's just the last turns that make the track really, like, you just don't want to play it. But if you're in the mood for Peach Beach, kind of like Moo Meadows, I mean, Moo Meadows is D tier, but if you're in the mood for Peach Beach and you've been playing it for a few days and you're locked in, Peach Beach can be a great time trial. I see no reason to not put this in A tier. It's a very relaxing spare time trial. So for that, I'll put it A tier. I'd say it's... Laps can be a little confusing. That's the only reason it's not higher. I'd put it on the tail end of here. Maybe above Moonview. Nah. Does Gorge really belong in A tier? Because we've had to move it down 2 or 3 times. Does Gorge belong in A tier? It does. It definitely does. Yeah, I'll put Peach Beach. I'm going to put it on the tail end of A tier. Alright, Yoshi Falls. Alright, so the question is this better than Daisy Circuit or worse than Daisy Circuit? I'd say it's worse. Just nah. Yeah. Not much to explain here. This is the dumpster of all time trials. I apologize to anyone like Owen Smith that is relying on Yoshi Falls to get a ranking or a time that you're proud of, but this is just hell. It's just hell on earth. I don't see why you'd play this for anything other than if it's like one of your worst times or you're crazy, you need to be sent to an insane asylum. So I'm gonna put it below DC at the bottom of F. Too much bounces on Bowser Bike. Now I can see the case for Bowser Bike, but not much. Bowser Bike's still an F tier time trial for me. I'd say Bowser Bike goes here, but Spear is just faster and more common. Spear is a bottom of F tier time trial. Sorry, Owen Smith. Alright, Ghost Valley 2. This, similar to the ones we have in S tier, is very consistent time trial. It's also associated a lot with like skill for some reason. I'm not sure why. But a good Ghost Valley 2 time definitely stands out. And to time trial it, the soft drifts are really fun to do if you've learned them properly. The shroom is the only bad part of the track though. I'd put this top of B tier. Yeah. I'd say it's worse than MC just because MC if it's rampless. But if this is ramp, then this would be top. Nah. Nah. I'd say it's better just because this has the ramp, so I'm going to put it top of B tier. Not really much to explain here besides the shroom being the only reason it's not, like, in these two tiers. Hope you're enjoying this, by the way. RMR. This is, like, one of the most underplayed categories. Just, no one wants to time trial this at a sufficient level. So as a result, a lot of people might say it's down here. But this is not a bad time trial. It's not too bad. It's bad, but it's not too bad. I know I just proceeded to say you guys might put it here, but I might put it maybe top of D tier. I mean, the slips are a little bit annoying, but they're very controllable. That's what I will say. It's usually your fault if you miss the slip. The double pipes, on the other hand, that's just really precise. You just have to drill the alignment and all that. And the trick timing, the drifting, how much you want to drift, all that. So, the reason I'm putting it above Moo Moo as well is because it's not that competitive. So, you can simply just bust out a 141 splits, mid 141 splits, get a 141 in general, and it's going to rank really good because a lot of people don't play this. It's kind of slept on as a time trial. You know, now that hell no, you're going in D tier. Yeah, bottom of C for RMR. Yeah, Cooper Cave is going D tier. Yeah, I'm moving it down just because you can't really not get a good time without the shrimmels. So, for that reason, this is a D tier time trial. Alright, almost there. Not really. Sherbet. Oh boy. This is like really mixed. Sherbet, you could argue, is an S tier time trial or like a D tier time trial. It's not F, no way. For me though, where does Sherbet go? Sherbet is definitely a solid time trial. There are just so many chains, but the cave driving is a lot of fun and learning the cracks is also fun. It's a little bit tricky. I might put in A. I'm thinking either top of B or like mid to bottom of A, like here. Question is, where does it belong? Is Moonview really deserving to be this high? I might move it behind Moonview. I'd say this is fair. Middle to bottom of A tier. Which makes me question, do these really belong in A tier? This definitely does, but does this? I could see the case for saying GV2 is a better time trial. Yeah, I'm going to move it down. I'm going to move it below GV2. Alright, Shag Beach. Oh boy, Shag Beach. Now for Spear. But for Magic Cruiser, it's an S tier time trial. But Magi isn't viable, so we're going to go with the Spear ranking and put it here. No, we're not. We're going to put it in D tier. Why are we going to put it in D tier? It's because there are so many bounces. The island hops are not fun. They actually are kind of fun, I'm not going to lie, but a lot of people who aren't using Nunchuck will complain about them when it's just really easy on Nunchuck. So sorry, guys. The low is horrible. The low is the worst part of the track. 100%. The chains are really easy though, so it's got that going for it. I'd rather time trial this than Cooper Cave. It might even be C tier. Yeah, this is definitely a C tier time trial. And I'd say it's better than RMR. It's just a very relaxing speed track besides that stupid pink ramp and also the last turn alignment as long or as well with the island hops are a little bit frustrating and crab cycles. That's actually a very fair ranking. Alright, my beloved Delfino. Delfino is an automatic A/S tier. Delfino's great, dude. Delfino's an amazing time trial. I'm just glazing it. Where does it go? It's better than Summit, I can tell you that for sure. It might even be an S tier time trial. Is it really deserving of S tier though? I'd say it is. Nah, top of A is fair. It's not quite S tier just because of the chains and they're just so reliant. The last turn alignment is ridiculous. The bridge on lap 2 and lap 1, I mean more lap 2, but the bridge is pretty frustrating to get fast. Besides that though, this is an excellent time trial. I would suggest this to my little brother if I had one. Alright, RWS. For some reason, RWS feels like it should be a Nitro, but it's obviously not. But it's designed like a Nitro with all the tech that it has. RWS is definitely an A tier. It might even be S tier, but I wouldn't make the case to say it's better than Delfino. I'd put it top, like mid to top of A tier. Does Summit really deserve to be here? Yeah, it does. It's better than BC3. Definitely better than BC3. I wouldn't say it's better than Goldmine, purely because of the turn after the shroom. That turn it's a 50-50. It's a dice roll for if you're going to stick to it or reset the run. Turn skip is really fun. Everything else is it's just fun, dude. Like, this is such a fun time trial. And it might be difficult to pick up, even if we're talking no turn skip and just like 152 to 154 level, this is an S tier time trial. But if we're talking anything beyond the 150, then I'd put it middle of A tier. Now hang on for a minute. RDH. What does it have going for it? It's got some pretty relaxing soft drifts. So for that, it gains 2 points. And then you have to land from the fucking desert hills, so that loses a point. You've got a shroom. You have to get the lucky shroom, or just a good old shroom, which loses a point. Yeah, this is where we're going to put it. No, we're not. We're going to put it in D tier. Because it's not an F tier time trial. If the beginning was a little bit more inconsistent, then I'd definitely put it in F. But is it better than Moo Moo though? I'd say Moo Moo's more fun, definitely. Yeah, I reckon bottom of D is pretty fair. Alright, BC3. Oh boy. I know some people swear by this track. Good old BC3. How many chains do you have to do? You have to do 2, 4, 6. Are there any other chains that I'm missing? No, not really. That's it. 6 chains you have to get, and they pretty much dictate the run. Like mentioned, it's kind of similar with which track did I mention this for? Moonview. If you have someone that drives like crap but gets every chain, then they're gonna get a good time. So, but that's also fun. I see a case to put it in top of B. Yeah, the fourth low moves it down from an A or an S. But overall, this is a great time trial. It's really fun. I would not complain if I had to play this. Yeah, I'd say overall B tier, just top of B. Not quite in that A tier just because the fourth low and the lows in general. And the chains, of course. Parkway. Wow, Parkway. I'm thinking automatic A or S tier for Parkway. On that note, I might actually put Delfino in S tier. Yeah, I reckon, yeah, Delfino's deserving of S tier, definitely. And for that, I'm going to put Parkway here for now, but let's break down the tracks. So, the first 3/4 are amazing. If you're going to do the shroom, the like new shroom, the kart one, the one that Waterco does, that is a lot of fun. As someone who's tried it and learned it on SP, it's great. But old shroom, oh, if we're talking old shroom, this is definitely a D and F. But with new shroom, I guess it kind of balances it out. I'd say it's here, just behind Summit. Summit's probably top of it. I'd say it's pretty deserving. But Parkway's the most relaxing mark bike time trial. It's like not intensive at all on your hands. It's so relaxing. The music is great. The lines are very forgiving. Top of A. GC and Mario. Alright. Where do we put this? It's F. Yeah, it's gotta be F. Is it Daisy Circuit F2 though? It's worse than Daisy Circuit, yeah. This is, yeah. I'd say here. Above Yoshi Falls, it's not as bad. This is a horrible time trial. There's just so much stuff you have to put up with. The shroom is the worst of them all. You have to put up with a chain that isn't too obnoxious. The chain is fine just because there's a visual cue that makes it somewhat easier, but it's still a chain at the end of the day. The mounts are fine. The double trick at the end. Oh no, don't even get me started with that double trick, yeah. This has to be an F tier. Just the shroom is probably the biggest reason. It's not as bad as Daisy Circuit though. So for that reason, I'm going to put it middle of F. It's not quite Yoshi Falls level. Because this has crap on every turn, but this is only 2 bad spots. But they're like really bad. MC3. For time trialing. This has got to be... I'd say it's in the C tier range. I actually don't really enjoy this time trial that much, I'm not going to lie. On second note, I'm moving this up a spot. Shag's going to go above GV. MC3 is going to be a C tier. Is it bottom of B, is the question. Would I rather play Maple or MC3? Probably Maple. Yeah. I'd rather play DDR, I'd rather play Shy Guy. I'd say this is fair. Middle of C. So the reason I'm putting this here is simply just because of how precise the ending of the track is. The first half's a lot of fun to drive, but you know what? Shy Guy's kind of growing on me. Not really. No, it's not. These 4, like this through here, is really, it's really perplexing me. What goes where? Some people would make the case that this is an A tier time trial. Others would say it's D tier. I'd say this is a fine spot for it though. I'm not really a fan of this time trial. It's a little bit boring. The shroom is so annoying to get properly. That second last soft drift is so annoying. I've lost so many runs to it. Just, yeah, C tier. Also, I suck at this. Notice all the tracks. Wait, where the hell was this? This is better than MC. Wait, where was this? Am I blind? Why are all 3 of the spare tracks here? I guess we're gonna rank them again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is how it was. Yeah, these soft drifts are so obnoxious. And I mentioned before, all the tracks that I suck at, yeah, just F tier, besides Cooper Cape. All these just bad at. Straight up. Gardens, S tier. Gardens and S tier time trial. This is great. It's better than Delfino, 100%. I'd say Gardens is definitely a top 5 time trial in the entire game. Is it better than CM though? I'm gonna argue yes. No, CM's better. Gardens is an S tier time trial. This is a great time trial. And of course, this is for Bowser Bike. If you're using Spear, please unsubscribe, click off the video, and reconsider your life choices. Break your Wii, maybe. Bowser Bike's great. Yeah, honestly, it's just so graceful to play this. It's kind of like Parkway. It's like a Bowser Bike equivalent of Parkway. Because each turn is so forgiving, the music's relaxing as hell. The strats are like just intensive enough to like where they're actually fun to do, and it's your fault if you fail them. The soft drifts are relaxing. The entire track in general, one of the most consistent in the entire game. I said that about a few of the other ones, but this is truly one of the most consistent time trials in the entire game. This is an automatic S tier, 100%. Middle of S tier, definitely deserves it. Okay, DCAM. Gonna take a water break. This one's a little bit difficult to rank for a few reasons. So, where does DCAM go? I'm just looking at our list so far. These three in C tier. This entire row in C tier is a little bit. Kind of just want to delete C tier and then just move them up or down. DCAM though. Where does this go? I'd say it's bottom of B tier. That's my initial thought. It's better than Maple. And it's better than Maple because it's like a mock bike track. It's relaxing. Yes, it's bouncy, but when you're in the groove of DCAM, it's pretty controllable bounces. And it's a very low skill ceiling track, in my opinion. Kind of similar to Gold Mine, I'm pretty sure was the example I used before. It's a very low skill entrance. Someone who's pretty new at the game can get a 151 or a 150. Same here, people can get 206s fairly easily. This is also a very low skill entry. For that reason, this is a B tier at the least. I'm actually going to move it above LC. I put it above LC. And it's better than MC just because MC has the ramp. Is it better than Gardens? Not Gardens. Peach Beach. I'd say it is. I'm actually going to move it here. Top of B, I guess. I guess it's just that dang good. There is some drawbacks to it, so I'm going to slot it behind GV2. The drawbacks are the ending and the bridge. The bridge is fine, actually, because it's not glitch. Well, then what's my justification for putting it below GV2? Probably just the beginning, and also the mountain wraparound isn't 100% sometimes. It can be a little bit tricky to get a hang of. Alright, we're almost there. I'm really liking our list so far. BC64. It's got the bridge. It's got the Superman. Now, what tier does it have? Automatically, I'm saying B tier at the least. At the least B tier. And it's better than these two, 100%. I might be pretty happy to leave it here. It's just the bridge. The bridge really holds us back from being a top of A tier time trial or an S tier time trial. I'm pretty happy with this ranking. Just put it in between Peach Beach and MC. And this is the one that I struggled to rank before, Rainbow Road. Has my mind changed at all? That's the question. I'm trying to weigh out the cart and the bike. And I'm looking at bottom of C. Pretty much bottom of C tier is what I'm looking at. In a second thought, Grumble's a bad time trial. Bottom of C. RMR's better. Now where does Rainbow Road go? I just really, the cart side of me tells me it should be a B or an A, but then the bike is just like, nah, F tier, automatic. We can be in the middle. Where does it belong? It's definitely not as good as Shy Guy on both vehicles combined. I'm pretty happy with slotting it here. Yeah. I'm actually pretty happy with this list. It's looking good. I'm just going to skim through it. Are there any last minute changes that can be made? I'm actually pretty happy with this list. Yeah. I want to figure out these two first. Is DDR better than Maple? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to put DDR above Maple. But it's Shag Beach better than Maple. You know, I might actually... nah, DDR's got... Yeah. I'm just going to meet in the middle between, like, putting it a B for more casual and then a D for, like, very high level. So I'm going to put it top of C. Is Shag Beach better than Maple? No, this has the pin cramp. This is just inconsistent. This is fair. I'm pretty sure we've got our winner. Yeah, Yoshi Falls coming in last. Everyone could see that coming. So that's the tier list. Yep. I don't know if I can do anything in terms of... I'll figure it out while uploading the video. If there's a way I can send this link. I might have to log in. I saw something about logging in. But that's the tier list pretty much for ranking the tracks for time trials. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like mentioned in my previous video, I'm going to make more content, just more stuff like this, just anything time trial related. This game, Time Trial Scene, definitely needs content, and I'm more than happy to bring it. And I enjoy doing it, so hope you enjoyed. This is the objective tier list, the almighty unchangeable tier list. So yeah, we'll leave it on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.